Coming from the Register, Musk promises purge after Grock Build caught sending entire repos to the cloud. Because that's what you get when you use AI tools in the modern world, right? You sit there, you install the AI tool, you think it's going to allow you to be able to ship products faster, when in reality it just causes a security nightmare, disaster. I think it's funny, not that long ago, I do believe it was one of the leaders in Anthropic, was talking about how much of Anthropic's code is now written by artificial intelligence. You'd be surprised to know that 60 or 70% of their code is written by AI. And I have to say, as days go by, I am ever less surprised that this crap is being created by artificial intelligence, because it is just so weirdly shockingly bad. We talked about this before with OpenAI. So OpenAI, basically they have one of their coding agents, and one of their coding agents, continuously doing its thing, but it was hitting your solid state drive. So solid state drives are a consumable medium. Basically what that means is every time you write to a solid state drive, its life actually shortens by a little bit. Most people, it doesn't really matter, right? If you buy a MacBook Pro and you use it relatively normally, the solid state drive will fail in like 20 years. It'll fail 10 years after you threw it in the trash can. Generally does not matter. The only time the life expectancy of solid state drives, or the consumability of solid state drives, really comes into play, generally, to be clear, is in the enterprise world, right? Where in the enterprise world, right, you have database systems. There are a hell of a lot of writes into your database system, and so you have to monitor basically what the life of your drive is going to be, and that's just one of those things you have to deal with if you're in that particular environment. The thing is, with OpenAI, it was literally hammering the hell out of your drive to such a degree, it looked like if you allowed the agent to continuously run for about a year, that basically your drive would die in a year. That's literally how bad it was, right? And we have seen so many other problems with these AI coding agents, where in so many ways they're a damn disaster, just an utter disaster. And so what's interesting here with Grock Build. So Grock Build is an AI coding agent from Grok, from SpaceXAI, a $2 trillion company that is going to be worth more than the entire planet, or something like that, apparently Elon Musk has said. So Grock Build is this AI agent, and the curious thing that it's been doing is it's been uploading entire repositories up into Google Cloud without it seeming to make sense. Basically, they have a user here, they just start having a little conversation with the AI agent, and it uploads the entire repository. It doesn't upload the file that you're dealing with, or the file directly connected to what you're dealing with. It uploads the entire repository. The curious thing with this is it uploads SSH keys, it uploads API secrets, it just uploads everything to Google Cloud. And a lot of people didn't realize that this was happening, which is a hell of a thing. Again, we talk about things like cybersecurity in the modern world, and this is one of the big disasters that we're kind of dealing with right now with these AI tools, is that they have so much power to do so many things, and that people don't even realize what the hell is going on. If we take a look at this particular article, the researcher who exposed Grock Build uploading users' entire repositories to cloud storage says the transfers have stopped after a server-side change. Elon Musk has separately promised that all previously uploaded user data will be deleted. So basically, this is Elon Musk coming out and acknowledging that they were screwing their users. And think about this, right? XAI is supposed to be a $2 trillion company, right? The value of SpaceX is going to be worth more than the entire planet or whatever else. This is supposed to have the smartest minds of our generation. And basically, their tool was uploading entire repositories up to Google Cloud without the developers understanding what is going on. That's That's a hell of a thing. You would think that bug would get fixed. You don't think that would go into production. AI safety researcher Sear Blab published a report on Sunday about their investigation into Grock Build, SpaceXAI's command line interface, and the data exchange between the CLI and SpaceXAI servers. He found that when Grock Build reads or processes a file, the contents of that file are transmitted without redaction to a Google Cloud storage bucket used by SpaceXAI. Further, they claimed that Grock Build packages entire repos and uploads them as Git bundles instead of just uploading the files required to answer a user's prompt. And so that's one of the big things too. Is, we talk about that with security and being concerned about what these AI companies learn about you, right? There's a lot of information in the data that you send up to these companies. Even if they don't train their models directly on your data, there's a lot of other ways that they can suss value out of the information that gets sent up. And so the interesting thing here is that if you're using this tool and you expect one file to go up, you're like, okay, let me look at this file. And you look at the code and you're like, okay, I am completely fine if Grok learns about this code. And so you think you're uploading that one file. No, you're uploading the entire repo. That's just good right there. According to the report, SpaceXAI's data retention went far beyond that of other CLIs, such as Claude Code, Gemini, and Codex, which open individual files rather than entire repos before uploading them along with their Git histories. The researcher tested the behavior using a benign prompt. They instructed the CLI to simply reply with OK and specifically ordered it not to open any files. Grock Build uploaded the entire repo regardless, along with its full Git history containing secrets that were deleted months prior, a finding they reproduced using a separate repo. Other Grock Build users reported similar results after they published their report, including one whose entire user directory containing SSH keys, password manager databases, and more was opened and uploaded. The findings attracted enough attention for SpaceXAI execs and Musk to comment on them publicly, as well as prompting the company to quickly implement a remedy. So basically they went through, they implemented the remedy, supposedly the data has been deleted, but who the hell knows? Who the hell knows what is actually going on with all of these different tools? And this is kind of the interesting thing that we're dealing with right now with artificial intelligence, these AI tools, especially when we think about things like trade secrets and cybersecurity and all of that kind of thing. It's amazing how piss poorly these tools are being designed. I mean, understand, these are supposed to be the smartest coders in a generation, the smartest engineers in a generation, and they are shipping this garbage into production. And they're not shipping this garbage into production for secretaries to use or warehouse workers to use or any of that. They're shipping this garbage into production for developers to use, right? I talk a lot about the concept of counterintelligence in the modern world, right? The whole idea that we are already at war with China, right? You hear that from people. And so I say, oh, well, if we're already at war with China, what is your counterintelligence capabilities? And then they look at me like I'm a complete and utter idiot because, counterintelligence. Why would that matter if we were at war? And I think the interesting thing is when you look at this, your developers are working on the code and interacting with the code that are core to all of your systems. Like they're dealing with the code that runs your HR, the code that runs your accounting, the code that runs communication systems. Basically, modern businesses really are bound together with code, and they're using these AI tools in order to build and modify and fix and all of those types of problems. And what we're seeing now is that the companies that are shipping this trash, this garbage that shouldn't have gotten out of the lab, right? They are willing to ship this to your developers, and your developers may not have the knowledge to fully understand the ramifications of the tools that they're using. It is interesting, right? Being a technology professional for so long. Like back in the day, some of my best customers, so we did, computer repair and that type of thing. Some of our best customers were computer scientists. It was really weird. It was really weird to be getting paid a lot of money to basically go to a computer scientist's house to slot in RAM. I remember that. I was at a computer scientist's house one day. I was like, oh, what do you do? And he's talking about all this stuff that he does. And then I look at this stick of RAM in my hand. And I'm like, dude, I am more than happy to get paid for this. But why are you paying me to slot RAM if you're a computer scientist? And it's like, I don't know how that crap works. I code, right? And I think that's one of the things to be thinking about, right? In the technology world, is there's this idea that technology professionals understand everything. And the reality is they don't. They understand their niche. Just because they're an expert in Rust does not mean they know a damn thing about cybersecurity or care about cybersecurity and think about what they're doing. The other thing to be thinking about too is this artificial intelligence is being shoved down people's throats so hard. Do they want to even bother taking a couple of minutes to think about the ramifications of the tools that they're using, right? If you're an owner, if you're a manager, and you go to your employees and say, hey, employees, look, AI is a big thing. We want to be looking at implementing more AI into our systems. So, hey, as you're going about your day, if you find some artificial intelligence tools that you might think would be valuable for the work that you do, please let us know. We'll swipe the credit card so that you can get an account, and then use it at your leisure, use it at your speed to figure out whether or not this is appropriate for your job tasking or might be appropriate for somebody else's tasking within your department, right? If you talk with people that way, they'll be like, okay, and then they'll go, and then they'll play, and then they'll look at what they're doing, and they're like, I wonder if this makes sense. I wonder about the security, right? But one of the things that we see right now is artificial intelligence is being shoved down developers' throats, right? If you don't use artificial intelligence, you're gonna be fired. Well, here's the thing, right? Look, if you tell me I'm going to get fired if I don't use artificial intelligence, then by God, I'm going to use all the artificial intelligence, right? You're just telling me I have to use this garbage in order to keep a job and I got a mortgage and all that kind of stuff. I will use all the garbage. Doesn't mean I'm going to think a lot about it, right? If you're told you are going to be graded based off of how much of this horse crap you consume, I'm going to consume all of it because that's how I am, right? And so I think that's the interesting thing is you think about a lot of these developers out there that they feel like this crap is being shoved down their throat, and so they're going to use it. And do they have the time? Do they have the bandwidth? Do they feel like they have the flexibility to really consider, again, the ramifications of these tools? The other thing to be thinking about too is what we're noticing from these different companies is they all have their own quirks, right? OpenAI has its quirks, Anthropic has its quirks, Grok has its quirks, and so one of the issues you might run into with your developers, they might be using one tool, right? We've been using Claude Code, whatever, and then all of a sudden the company comes in and says, oh, you can't use Claude Code anymore, or you should use something else. Claude Code's too expensive. Right, so they may flip over to Grok, but they already have the muscle memory of how Claude Code work. They already have the trust. The trust is now already built in for how Claude Code work. You flip them over to Grock Build, they might just assume, right, that's what, it's the same thing. And they realize, no, it's not actually the same thing. It's quite a bit different. There are more ramifications and things to consider and things to think about. So anyways, I don't know. This is the insanity that we're dealing with these AI tools right now. And this is what I want you to really think about. Like this garbage, this trash is what is being shipped into production for developers to use on a global scale. If this is the garbage that they're willing to foist onto the tech community, that we can see what the consequences are, we can try to figure out what's going on. Imagine the disaster that's going on in their back end, right? As soon as you hit the API, right, you do an API call. Everything in front of the API, you understand what's going on. Everything on their side, you have no idea what's going on their side, right? So with this, you start to get an idea of what they're doing. You start to understand the garbage that they are willing to ship with a straight face, which means you should be really, really scared to the core of your being of what's happening with everything that you do not see, what's happening with everything that you cannot audit, right? As I've talked about many times before, I don't have a problem with vector databases, semantic search, neural networks, or any of that kind of stuff. These companies are garbage. These companies are being run by trash human beings All they care about is getting a little bit more blood money. They don't give a damn if they burn our civilization to the ground. And I cannot fathom why you would want them at the core of your infrastructure. The worst human beings in our society running the systems, that are supposed to be at the core of everything that we do. That is a disaster. And I think we're just going to continue to see more and more of this. Right? So what do you think about this? What do you think about Grock Build uploading entire repos? Even when you tell it not to, even when you say don't. What do you think about the idea of we're seeing all these problems on the side of the transaction that we have some visibility to? If this is the crap they're willing to foist off on where we have some visibility, what's going on where we have no visibility? Anyways, put your thoughts down in the comment section down below. If you like these episodes, do remember they're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Link is down below. If you want to follow me on LinkedIn, there's a link down there too. With that, see y'all later.